an hour, almost.
Was this released in the theaters?
Yeah, it was in the theaters. 2 hours in, I was like, I thought this movie had Dinobots in it. You know, you're like, have you seen it? You haven't seen it, obviously.
No.
Oh,
I didn't know it existed.
You see them 20 minutes before the end. It's a 3-hour fucking movie. Age of Extinction, Dinobots. You see them 20 fucking minutes before the end of the movie.
I felt the same way about SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water.
It was
supposed to be all out of water 3D animation.
Right.
It's the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Right.
Are we going?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Fireside Tats. My name is Jake Meeks.
Yeah.
Welcome back. And this is David Evans. We're your hosts.
Again.
Every day. Oh, and man, we were supposed to have, I was so excited about this episode because I bought headphones for everyone to wear, and we don't have the right stuff to hook them up. But the thing that my wife pointed out to me is the top of the headphones are thick enough that they cover my bald spot whenever I lean down to get my beer. Right here.
Oh, I can barely notice.
Yeah, you can't just because I'm tall. Yeah. But I thought that was nice. It was like, sweet.
Let's spray that in.
Yeah, that's good. We should Photoshop each frame of me moving to get the beer and back up. I do wear a yarmulke a lot, so that helps. We're not really doing episode numbers that much lately because we might be bouncing episodes around.
Yeah, it's got to be 60. Something.
Oh, no. It's in the 60s. I think it's 63 or so. But we're not. It may not come out as 63. That was my point. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, we'll get business out of the way. Make sure to go to firesidetats.com, or now you can go to tattooimprovement.com, which we also acquired, and sign up for our mailing list. Also, check out the new Tattoo Technique series, which is very, very short videos. It's just me as of now.
Not me.
But it could be. There's only
very informative though.
Yeah, there's only one out right now. There's probably more. I was working on one earlier today, so there probably will be more whenever by the time this video comes out. But it's basically short kind of snippets of me looking over my shoulder as I'm actually planning a tattoo or doing a tattoo or something I think is important that might be of value to either a tattooer or a collector. And they're short, they're to the point. You can have a very short attention span, and I think they're pretty good. Kind of fast forward through a tattoo, and I'm hoping I can get David to jump in on that action, and we'll both be doing that.
I have a very short attention span.
Yeah, you have a very short attention span too. What else? Yeah, follow us on Facebook. And Instagram YouTube, and all that stuff.
Instagram,
YouTube. So today,
show your love.
So today, there was this blog, I guess, this blogger a week or two ago that was denied a tattoo on her neck by an artist at a very prominent shop, New York Adorned,
a great shop.
It's been around for a long time. And from what I can tell, the artist seems like a very reputable guy. And he was just destroyed by this girl who has a ton of blog followers, I guess. She writes for a site that's pretty big. And so basically the idea was she didn't have a lot of tattoos. She said that a few were visible, but visible meaning like inner wrist, stuff like that.
They were not visible.
Not like visible like a neck tattoo. Right. And the guy basically told her no, that he didn't feel comfortable doing the tattoo.
Was told by several people he would probably say no, but well before it too, which is, I think, part of the conversation that she doesn't mention. Right. She mentions it, but doesn't take that to heart. Right.
So you can, we'll link I meant to make a note of the names, but we'll link them in the show notes, or maybe they'll pop up on the screen right here. And if you want to read you want to read her original blog and then his response, they're both, you'll understand it. I thought he had a really articulate response. When I first read the girl's blog post, I thought, oh, this poor guy just got destroyed for doing something that any reputable tattooer should do, in my mind. And this girl, because she has a voice, is just throwing him under the bus. And then luckily he was a very articulate guy and came back with a beautiful response.
Very well spoken.
And so I don't really want to get into their story, but do we have the right to control where people or deny people tattoos based on our own personal judgment? It's a big question.
That's a big question. It's a fair question too. We've probably struggled with that first starting out, that, you have to kind of self-monitor a lot of your tattoos, whether you're one capable of doing them. Often you want to jump into a tattoo that you may think that you may not even be able to do. You're not very comfortable with, but you want to do it to just try to expand your portfolio or get into stuff. This is wholly different. This is putting tattoos in places for people that they may not understand the impact of, or it may be like what they even say in the article, a game changer, and we say life changer, or to some aspects, it may be a job killer.
Yeah, job stoppers. That's what they call these.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, is it a fair question to say that you should self-regulate yourself? Or are there also, like, in the state of Tennessee, there are state regulations that sometimes people follow to the letter and sometimes they don't. And in fact, in Tennessee, tattooing on the hands and the face is illegal.
Oh, is that right?
You are not even supposed to be doing that, mainly because of the argument that it can be a job stopper. That often people say, we know that in some states, like especially like Arkansas, where you have, say, if you have over 15% of your body actually tattooed, you could actually say that you're unhireable. Now imagine you having all of 15% of your tattoos on your face and your hands, and you're almost exactly that.
Yeah,
you're almost unhireable by most things. So if you probably stay at home and you blog and that's your job, then maybe you don't have to worry about that. But I'm assuming, I don't know how much you make off of blogging and how much, other people could probably get into that career and do. I'm sure it's taken you a while to probably get to that point in your life too. And so I guess I'm hearkening back to the article. It's like, but some people don't have that opportunity and they don't think of that when they're very young. They don't think 17, 18-year-old right off the boat trying to get that first tattoo. Oh, maybe the one on my neck isn't the first one I should get. Although it may be very prominent and everyone can see it, you also might not want to get your name on your neck because everyone will know your name. Josie or Louise or
your daughter's
Pedro
name
or whatever the hell. And so some people, like I said, they don't think about that at first. And I've heard that as an argument. And in the article, she also mentions that it's like he's never heard of lasers before. It's like, well, that is one thing that we always take to heart. It's like, if I put a tattoo on you, I know exactly how much it's probably going to take to get rid of it. About 1,000 times as much as it did. You paying that $60 or $100 tattoo now is about $1,000 worth of removal probably in the long run, at a minimum. Probably 4 or 5 sessions at $200 to $100 a pop, probably multiple sessions on, especially black work, is what she got as well. Maybe for a name, it's not that, maybe it wouldn't take that long, but I can guarantee you it won't come off on the first try, it won't come off on the second try. You're looking at multiple attempts to try to get something that off.
And why even bring that up as an option if you're looking to do something permanent to yourself? If your argument is, well, I can always have it lasered, well, that really goes to the heart of tattooing, to me. If you're getting... The point of what I do is permanence. I make every mark that I make, I realize that mark is forever. And the less permanent that you make it, the less value it has to me, the less important it is to me, and the less likely I am to want to do it anymore.
And the more I actually read that specific article too, it's like she said that she had just given birth vaginally. That's what she says to a child. I don't know if that's part of the article or not.
I think it was.
That also harkens back to what we think of as a lot of times, that people have in their head this great idea of a new child or a new birth and immediately want to run out and get something that may not be the best way to express that joy or love. And her first expression was to throw it on her neck with no real visible tattoos. She said less than probably 4 or 5 like quarter-sized tattoos or smaller. And that's probably the point of the artist. It's like you're rushing to a decision, and in a place that I'm not comfortable with putting my name on, not just your name that you say that I wanted on there. He's signing his name to it too.
I think that's the point that collectors, people that are getting tattooed, forget. We are as attached to those tattoos as they are. Maybe not literally, but when it is stuck on the side of your neck, people are going to ask who did that. I don't want my name attached to a neck script tattoo when there are no other visible tattoos on the person's body. It paints me in a light that I just don't want to be painted in.
Exactly. And for another thing like a word, not an image, not a really nice decorative piece, something as I say a name because I don't do a lot of script now, and I'm thankful for that. But just because you didn't get your daughter's name after 3 other people told you they wouldn't do it or didn't suggest it, and then you finally went to somebody that would put it on you, and in fact, you had to go down that list of artists. You went from a professional artist and a professional shop that probably asked you and probably was giving you this choice to basically say, you should think about it. Instead, he just said no and gave you the rules on why he generally doesn't do it, and then you didn't understand it. Well, I think that's part of that misunderstanding. And in the article, you always, like what I mentioned before, is she never asked the guy exactly why or why you would do that again. Like, he says that he doesn't do this on men or women. It's an opportunity for you to have to get something like that. He says that you needed to have more tattoos to get to that point. I think it's a fair point. Just because someone asks you to do something does not mean you are absolutely responsible to do that on them. And they're paying you for a service. So why would you go out of your way to do something that you're not comfortable with, that you don't want to put your name on, and probably will be detrimental to her in the future, whether she knows it or not?
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting that in his response that he's been tattooing for X number of years and still has not tattooed his hands or neck. If nothing else, that kind of shows where he stands.
Wait.
Right. 20 plus years of tattooing no neck tattoos.
I have my hand tattoos.
Hand tattoos are new on you.
Right. Even
5 years or less.
Even with, Sarah's going through this thing now. She wants to get her hand tattoo. She even has stuff on her knuckles, but it's one of those, we wait because it's an easy thing that you can cover. You can still cover sleeves with longer shirts. And just in case, she's definitely only been tattooing for a little while. And that's one of those things you have to get to a certain point where someone's comfortable enough in doing that on you too. I mean, and I would not be surprised, like you said, if she'd have gone into any other unreputable shop, they'd have slapped that thing on her, not asked her one, probably not asked her to even pick a
ended up doing, I think.
Well, that's what, she went to a nice enough shop that still said it wasn't a great idea, asked her to move it to a different place, but ended up putting it on her neck anyway. Now that's wholly different, and finally you found somebody after whittling away through other artists, reputable artists, I'm sure,
that you were able to kind of cry your way into.
Exactly. And for something as simple as that, like you said, wow, you did it. As a 40-year-old woman, you got your way. Congratulations.
I think it's our responsibility, really, because the way that tattooing has gone lately, especially you talk about now, obviously she's an older 40-year-old lady that has a job that she can look however she wants to look. But putting her story aside, 18, 20, 25-year-old kids are getting the most visible tattoos in the world. They are completely uncovered by tattoos in any place that a shirt or pants hide, and they're completely covered on their hands and faces and necks. We need to curb that.
And that's what she never mentions in that article too, is that it's like, I would be hard-pressed. I would like to ask her, it's like, what would you think of your 18-year-old daughter trying to get your name on her neck when she comes of age?
Great question.
Let's hear this argument then.
Right. No idea what she wants to do. And keep in mind, this guy didn't know that she was an established blogger when she came in. He saw her as a minimally tattooed person, and he made a decision based on his experience.
The other fact in there is that she said that once she actually talked to him, that she broke down and started almost crying, and that's the part that got her upset, that she was reduced to a little girl after some guy told her she couldn't get what she wants. Well, that's an interesting kind of thing too. It's like, wow, so your snap judgment toward that artist caused you to go on this tirade and show all these unacceptable tattoos that he had done. It's like, and showing someone's portfolio to make your case, it helped none. It just looked insane.
Not at all.
Right. Yeah. So I like I said, it looked like, again, spoiled older lady finally gets what she wants and then tries to burn someone because she didn't get what she wants. That's an insane thing. She should have just wrote a very nice blog about the guy that given her a tattoo instead of her horror story going into a reputable shop.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Now for people that come in and they have their mind set on what they want, and I hate to discourage anyone from doing what they want to do or from bringing it up to the artist, but I guess what really rubbed me the wrong way more than anything else wasn't that wasn't that she had an idea that didn't work out, but that she just completely threw someone under the bus for trying to do what they thought was probably best for her.
And he did the right thing. Everyone knows that. He did the right thing. I mean, if you'd asked, we still have to train people. We still have to do people that'll probably have to do neck tattoos. But I think one of the things in that article too is they actually suggested other places that she should get it. One being behind the ear in the almost exact same spot, and then she felt like that was hiding it again, which is So you're still taking the suggestions and making light of them. It's like I understand that. We can only do the best we can. Like I said, we've often said no to. I've had multiple consultations where we go through ideas for half an hour, 45 minutes at a time, and at the end have still not hit the mark, and have done that multiple times just to find a better design. So is it worth for me to talk to someone for hours to find a really good meeting place where we can actually do a good tattoo? Absolutely. But if someone doesn't take your suggestions and someone doesn't work with you as an artist, well, then you have another choice. You just let them go. You let them go out into the wild to find that person that somehow that they're compatible with. They're not with you. And
Right.
And more and more, I think artists that are established artists kind of separate themselves from that. Probably, unfortunately, but they leave that kind of stuff to people that let me tell you, especially in Memphis, there are a dozen shops that would slap that right on you.
You would have
not think
you would
two
have had
things
no trouble
about
whatsoever.
it. Give your money, put your money on the spot.
Yeah. She might have gotten that tattoo for $25 if you went to the right place.
If you'd have gone, let's not mention. I almost just threw out another. But in the same light, it's like if you don't understand why he did it, I think that's understandable too. I mean, you have to keep a standard sometimes for yourself. And they don't know what that is. They don't know where that level is. And if you're not happy with it, I mean, you don't want to go home at night and worry about shit like that either. And so.
Right. I think.
Do I want to worry about that woman's neck tattoo? No. Why wouldn't I just say no? That's exactly what I would do too. Right to her face and just tell her why. Tell her about 1,000 other places to put it, and especially for that. Like, I won't do hand tattoos. I wouldn't put that on your face if you don't have any really visible. And when I mean visible, I mean 30-40% of your body started to get covered.
Yeah. Well, you already know what it feels like to walk around in daily life as a heavily tattooed person.
Right.
And as someone personally who was heavily tattooed with sleeves and legs and everything, who just recently within the last year had my throat done, I can completely attest to the game changer that is.
You had an interesting one with the court system.
And with the court system, as someone, I mean, I have a
owner, realtor, businessman.
That's right. As a business person, I have a business outside of tattooing, and dealing with another professional, things have changed completely for me. I mean, neck tattoos are still just not accepted, and that comes from someone that is covered in tattoos.
Right.
So, and the thing that people forget, I think, they'll want their tattoo their way. This is truly a collaboration. And you, as a collector, as someone getting a tattoo, want it to be a collaboration.
Right.
You don't want to bully someone into, you don't want to bully someone. Yeah, that was good lightning.
Into doing the tattoo.
Doing a tattoo that they aren't comfortable doing. You won't get the best product.
Will not.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd have more conflict on that, but I knew that wasn't going to be the case.
There's no conflict.
There's no conflict.
Because we've definitely talked to people that are headstrong, let's say, and that they have good ideas, and sometimes you have to, like you said, maybe that's a tattoo not for now, but in the future. Maybe you haven't thought about it for less than 30 days, less than a week, and all of a sudden this is what I got to have right now. And that's part of why we even have consultations, and why I do maybe a week or two's worth of drawing before they ever come in the door. It's to give them the time to make sure, to show them what it actually looks like on paper, give them an idea of how much time, effort, and space, and probably monetary costs this is really going to take on. You have a lot of people that jump into it all willy-nilly with no regard to where it actually is ending up or how much they're going to to spend or the time it actually takes to sit down and physically get a tattoo. Now, we're talking about, this is a very small tattoo on her, but in the end, we're still responsible for every minute of that. Every second that we talk to you, every second that we put pen or pencil to a piece of paper, and then every second we put a tattoo needle up into your skin, we're responsible for that, not you. You have to do certain things to get you to that point. We do everything else. And so if I do take pride in that, if I do take a little more responsibility, if I say no every once in a while, you should just understand that. There's no badgering. Badgering will get you nowhere,
Yeah, and it's not to demean you or to make you feel like a baby. It's I thought you put it perfectly a little while ago. I have to be able to go home and go to sleep that night and not say, well, I just changed that girl's life forever.
Forever. Wow. Yeah.
And that's the artist that you want.
Right. I still remember, I don't know if I've ever referred this younger girl that had run off with some kid.
I know who you're talking about.
Came back to town, had dated a tattooist for a while, and they just decided it was a good idea to tattoo her face up. So big spirals on her face, a lot of organic patterning. Beautiful 19, 20, 21-year-old girl now, had a child, came back to Arkansas, could not find a job, had to do things at home or find jobs online because she couldn't work at even a restaurant to try to make money, even as a dishwasher or whatever, because of how many facial tattoos she had from some dumbass artist that she dated for about 3 years that just ruined her life while they were on the road together. Yeah. And now there's no repercussions for that. There's no going back into that. There's no laser removal for your face. She absolutely has to deal with that. And so it may not be a word on your neck, but it's as damn close a thing as anybody else. It's like, I say, slippery slope, but
it is. It's a life changer either way.
And why, honestly, why the artist should take responsibility at that point. He's much more responsible for it than you are. Much more.
So, trust your artist. Do your homework on the front end and pick the right artist. Once you've chosen the artist, trust what they have to say. And, she did the right thing by going to a very reputable shop on the front end. She did the wrong thing by storming out like a baby and telling the world that she was mistreated.
After she was destroyed. That's almost in her words. It's like you shouldn't just aggressively go after someone after they just told you the truth, after they tried to be honest with you and be professional with you. And then you make light of their career, you make light of their tattoos, and you make light of their work. And of course it just backfired on her because she doesn't know that person. She doesn't know that man. A very educated and probably, like I said, someone that actually gives a damn about his career and more about your life than you actually know.
That's exactly right. That is the exact type of artist that we need, and we need far fewer of the artists that actually put that tattoo on her neck.
That's right.
I'll
and
trade
it's in a
those two.
horrible place. It's on the round of that curve.
It is. It sits right on the muscle. She put a photo of where she got the tattoo.
Jawline too. It's
right in the middle of the
place.
Lines up with her jaw. It sits on that weird muscle, so it wraps.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good job on that. Hey, you guys have a good night.